Hello, welcome to my first YouTube video. I really wanted to make this video because the contents of this video have actually completely changed my life and just put me in a better place. There's a few things that I want to talk about regarding my weight loss and how I got there. And the main three things are obviously diet, exercise, and the third, but which is honestly the most important, is mindset. So I'm going to start with diet because that's crucial to this whole step. So, you're so cute. So basically, my diet. Wake up call. I was eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. At one point, I lived in a staff accommodation where they would cook for you 3 meals a day, and I also worked in a all-you-can-eat buffet. So that's what I was eating for a while. It pushed me to my heaviest weight of 155 pounds. I remember being in the Rockies, and it was so incredibly beautiful, and every time I would take a picture with me in it, I just wanted to delete it, and I just felt so shit about how I looked, and I wanted to change it. So when I moved back here to Cayman, I decided that I was going to make a change with my life. I was living on the beach now. The people here are not fat, like they're skinny, so they're in shape, they're fit, exercise is like their life. Oh my god, Bella, you're getting hair all over me. Anyways, so my diet, I needed to take a big look at my diet. So number one thing I think with weight loss that I think a lot of people overlook is just your portion sizes. So I would eat like 3 meals a day like normal, but generally like my portion sizes were just way too big, or I was like going back for seconds, which generally don't need to do. Generally, one plate of food should be more than enough, and if it's not, then you need to shrink your stomach in order so that's enough for you, because it's just too much. So basically, portion sizes, so I just started to lower my portion sizes significantly, and if I really wanted to go back for seconds and I was really hungry after I finished eating, 20 minutes later, when I gave my hunger a little bit of a chance to kick in, then I'm not going to deprive myself, and I would go back if I was hungry again. But most of the time, like 99% of the time, I didn't need a second plate. I was just going back because, I was eating things like nachos and burgers and things that were so delicious that I just wanted to have seconds. It wasn't about being hungry, I just wanted to have seconds. So I think my portion sizes were huge off. Also, just in general, like what I was eating. So like I said, chips, nacho chips, burgers, lots of like boxed and processed food, lots of sugar, sweets, chocolate. Oh my god, I'm still obsessed with chocolate to this day. But yeah, basically just a lot of foods that I shouldn't have been eating, because not only were they contributing to my weight gain, but they were contributing to my health. Like, they were deteriorating my health, and I was like so tired all the time, and like I remember just like always asking my ex-boyfriend to do things for me because I didn't want to move. Like, I was getting to one of those people, I was becoming one of those people that like sit on the couch all day and people bring them food to them and like they don't move. Like, I obviously wasn't overweight that I couldn't move, but I saw my life going in that direction, and it just really, really was not what I wanted. Yeah, so also just choosing better things to eat. I'm not a vegan, but I do try to focus my meals on plant-based. Doesn't mean that I don't eat meat, doesn't mean that I don't eat dairy. I don't want to. At this point, I'm still not 100% where I would like to be in terms of my diet, but where I was in my early 20s compared to where I am now is just an insane difference. I eat like a totally different person, and I credit that to my taste buds. Your taste buds actually change super quickly. So the first thing I started doing in terms of food, in terms of sugar, because I was craving so much sweets all the time and I knew that that was not helping. So I made a promise to myself and I said, I will not eat sweets unless I make them. So if I would physically get up, put the ingredients together, bake them in the oven, then I could eat it. So I could have something if I made it. And if you make it, you are now able to control how much sugar goes into something. So if you don't maybe want something as sweet, you can half the sugar. Or what I always do is instead of sugar, I use maple syrup or honey or agave syrup or date syrup. So there's lots of natural sweeteners that you can use. You just want to make sure you're getting good quality. So in terms of maple syrup, it needs to be 100% maple syrup. I don't mean pancake syrup that's loaded with sugar already. I mean 100% natural maple syrup. Same with honey. A lot of honey products these days are filled with cane syrup. There isn't enough honey in the world for the demand that there is. So many companies, especially companies from abroad that don't have as many restrictions, they're adding cane sugar into their honey. So beware of this. I like to buy local honey. I think that that's the best source. I think that that's going to be the most pure and natural. Same thing with agave, you know, you want to make sure you're getting the blue agave nectar. Yeah, so basically just when I decided that if I were to eat sweets, I would make them myself, and I changed the sugar into a healthier syrup. I would change the all-purpose white flour into, say, spelt flour, or, you know, 75% white flour and then 25% coconut flour or almond flour or something like that. So yeah, that was one thing that really extremely helped me, because I know that the sweets just add on extra calories just unnecessarily, and they're so sweet and you just want to keep eating more. So I decided only if I make it myself can I have them. Another thing was, like I said, with plant-based foods, I just started incorporating way more plant-based foods, so my meals would look more like more vegetables rather than meats or dairy products. It would be, I love to make bowls. That was one thing I would make all the time. So I would make sauteed onions, peppers, I would make roasted sweet potato, I would make some roasted cauliflower, I'd make some quinoa, and then I'd add in there some beans, some black beans or chickpeas or whatever, and then make like a homemade tahini sauce, or like a spicy mayo or something, and just drizzle that on top. And like I would try to eat more meals like that. Literally, that's what I would eat all the time, like those salad bowls, or sorry, Buddha bowls or burrito bowls, whatever you want to call them. There's a million names for them. But anyways, so I would do that a lot. That really helped me. I also do not drink soda or juice unless it's fresh pressed juice, but I do not buy like box juice or frozen juices, canned juice, like none of that. No soda, no juice. I honestly don't find it necessary in my diet anymore. It was something I used to really, really enjoy. I used to buy those cases of pop that had like, I don't know if I'm from Canada, so we had like Red Crush, cream soda, we had Orange Crush, Grape Crush, and root beer, and it would be in a case of 24, and they had 6 of each, and I used to buy that and literally just drink it myself. Or I'd buy those frozen juices, and they had so much sugar in them, and I can only imagine how many calories I was consuming. I generally now drink fresh pressed juice. I try to make a juice every morning, whether it be, today I made a watermelon juice because I had a little bit of watermelon left. But I honestly think investing in a juicer was something that was a huge, huge investment for me, because it's helped me so much, because I actually make fresh juice all the time if I'm really craving a juice, rather than reaching for a soda or a juice in the fridge that has sugar and a ton of unneeded calories. Yeah. So basically, in terms of diet, I think the main things I did was I cut sweets, like I said, and only ate sweets if I made them. I reduced my portion sizes like significantly, and I transitioned more from meat, dairy, and eggs to more vegetables, whole grains, and quinoa, couscous, things like that. I still ate bread and sometimes rice, which I don't really like because it's full of starch and not good for you. Sorry, someone's driving by. But yeah, those were the main things for me. They really, really helped with my weight loss. I think that if I hadn't changed my diet, I don't think the exercise or anything else would have helped, because the diet's the main thing, you know? And then exercise. So I am not a person who enjoys to exercise. I just don't like it. You know, it's growing on me. Throughout my life, I was never into sports, or I was just never put in sports, unfortunately, as a child. I didn't do anything like that, so I always kind of thought that I just wasn't an athlete. I saw all these kids around me. I went to a really good school where all the kids, a lot of them were in soccer, hockey, they did running, they did all kinds of different sports and activities, and a lot of these people that I was around all the time were really, really fit, and I was not, and I just kind of thought, like, I'm not an athlete, like, that's just not my body type, you know, I'm not. And I think the only thing I ever did while I was young was cross-country running, which I only did grade 7 and grade 8 for 2 years, so it wasn't something that was a part of my life and helped me develop muscle and tone and that, and I kind of like went my whole life without exercising, and you know, like, it eventually will take a toll on your body, like 100%. So I started really, really slow with exercising. So the first thing I did, because I didn't know anything else, was when I went back to the one thing that I knew, which was running. So like I said, I did cross-country running when I was in grade 7 and 8, so I was like, you know what, I know I can run. I ran in the past. I remember running 25 minutes straight and like coming in the top 50 out of 200 kids, and I was pretty proud of myself, and you know, I was like, okay, I can run, let's start with this. So I started to incorporate running. Probably I would try every day, and not a long run. It wasn't something that I would do for a long time. 10-15 minutes. I would run around the block around my house. I would try to get up super early and go, because I live in the Caribbean and it was extremely hot, so I would try to go at like 8 a.m. and just get your hard things for the day out of the way in the morning. Do your exercise in the morning. I promise you, like, your motivation from morning to night just because you're in the morning, you have energy, so you can do these things. But once it's 6 o'clock and say you're just coming home from work, now you're tired. You just spent the whole day using your brain, using your body, you know, and you don't want to exercise at that point. So do it in the morning. That is what I 100% recommend. If you absolutely cannot do it in the morning, you're making excuses and you don't want to lose weight. Wake up earlier. Another thing I did with exercise was use like social media to your advantage. So I started following all kinds of fitness people on Facebook, on Instagram, and just following their workout routines, because I didn't know what I was doing. And honestly, it's difficult to start exercising when you have no clue where to start. I didn't know any exercises, like I literally knew nothing. I had gone to the YMCA a few times when I was younger, and we used workout machines, so there was a lot of guidance there, which I didn't have, and I didn't want to go to the gym because I was pretty intimidated to go to the gym at that point. Like, when you're overweight, you don't want to go to the gym. It's embarrassing. So working out at home was the best thing for me, because no one was there to watch me. No one saw what was going on. It was just me. I would put I'd literally leave my yoga, like I didn't move my yoga mat. It stayed in front of my closet, which was a mirror. So I had my mirror so I could exercise. My mirror was there. I put my music on. I bought 10-pound weights. Or no, I didn't even buy those. My boyfriend gave them to me. He had these 10-pound weights that I took with me, and then at another point I bought another set of just 5-pound weights. I know I went down, but whatever. I might have issues with my arms. Anyways. And then I bought a pair of ankle weights. I got just a couple things just to kind of help. It helps because you're like, hey, I bought these things, you know, like I might as well use them. A pull-up bar would be really interesting as well to buy. Like, just little things around your house. Like, you don't need to spend a ton of money. Just maybe invest $50. Say I'm going to buy 2 sets of weights. I'm going to buy ankle weights, and that's it. If you can't afford that, take some tin cans. If you have those tomato juice, they're like this big, those tomato juice cans, you can use, or pineapple juice, you can use those as weights. You can, you know, utilize the resources you have. Like I said, I got the weights from my boyfriend, so maybe you have a friend or family member or someone who, you know, has extra weights laying around that they're not using. Now I use my boyfriend's bench, and he has a full weight set as well that I use as well. So there's lots of things that you can use. I also got my ankle weights at the thrift store, so I paid $3 for them. So money is not an excuse in terms of weight loss. If you don't have money to go to the gym, work out at home. The gym is good though, because like you're there, like now I go to a gym with my friend. It's just a gym in her complex, and like we're there, and like that's what you're doing. It's very easy to get distracted when you're at home and you're just, you know, like sometimes I'd be working out and I would go to like change the song on my laptop, and then I would just be on my laptop for the next 15 minutes. I'm like, wait, I was just working out. What am I doing? So, you know, keep on track. So maybe right now what I do, I have a spare room in my house, and that's my workout room. So I'm in there, I'm working out. That's all I'm doing. I get distracted super easily. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have to do that. Maybe you can do it in the living room with dogs running around and whatever. I can't do it. So yeah, so I definitely incorporated exercise into my life. One exercise that really helped me was walking, because walking is actually like easy to do. Walking takes very, very little effort to do. It's not like strenuous on your body. You're not, you know, just go for walks. Maybe get a dog. Start taking your dog for walks. I used to walk about an hour. I remember when I would have the day off, or when I would work evenings, when I would leave my boyfriend's house, I would walk home rather than taking the bus. I didn't have a car at the time, and I just thought, I don't work at, say I didn't work till 5 o'clock and it was 2 p.m. I would say, okay, I'm going to walk home today. It would take about an hour, and I used to do that all the time. So I honestly think that that's one of the things that really helped me, was that walking. Yeah, and then like I said, I ran, I walked, and I went on Instagram and or YouTube, Facebook, wherever on social media, and I found different exercises. You have to exercise if you want to lose weight. Well, you know what? You don't have to. But what I want to have a toned body. I don't want to just lose weight and look skinny and have extra skin, or, you know, not look nice in certain places. I would like to tone. So for that body type, you need to exercise. You can lose weight completely 100% through diet, but that's just not the body that I'm going for. And the third, but honestly, like I believe to be one of the most important things, is mindset. So do you think you're a fat person? Have you been fat all your life and you're used to being fat like I was? And I still to this day, after I've lost 35 pounds, I still to this day call myself a fat ass all the time. I am like a fat person at heart because I grew up being fat. I was never one of the skinny girls, and you know, I remember being like in grade 7 or grade 8, and I remember telling one of my classmates how much I weighed, and like he was like in shock. Like he was like, oh my god, like, and it wasn't even that heavy. I think it was like 100 pounds or something. But just when you're that young, you know, it's like you're not supposed to be that weight. You're supposed to weigh less. Like I've always been a little bit overweight. I've never been like obese, but I've always been overweight. I was never, so I was just so used to that, and in my mind I was a fat person. Like I was chubby, that's who I was, and I had kind of just accepted it. And you have this image of yourself in your head, and you know, like that's who you are as a person, and we're so tied down to our identity that sometimes it just becomes like overwhelming, because we're like, this is who we are. Like we don't even know how to be a skinny person. Like how do these people act? What do they like? Who knows? I don't know. So it's difficult to put yourself to a higher standard and say, no, like this is who I am, you know? And like you can't be like, okay, I had one cookie, and then be like, well, I'm gonna be fat always anyways, I'm never gonna lose weight. Like this is just, I'm never going to be skinny, then you're never going to be skinny. I promise you that. But if you eat one cookie, you enjoy your cookie, and you say, okay, I'm going to save these, I'm going to savor these cookies, I'm going to make them last all week. These cookies are going to last all week. I'm going to have one cookie every day. I've made 7 cookies, and that's my limit. And you hold yourself accountable to those things, and you make sure that you don't make one fuck up and just lose everything. You know, I eat things that are unhealthy all the time, but my next meal, I make sure that it's healthier, or, you know, I make sure that I have a green juice the next day, or I make sure I take a vitamin or an extra supplement or something. I don't say to myself, well, I'm going to be fat anyways forever, so might as well order a pizza too for my next meal, because then, yeah, you're not going to lose weight. You have to really believe in yourself. So I think that's like so important. And if you don't believe in yourself and you don't see your capabilities, then I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think you need to really and truly see the value in yourself and see how incredible you are as a human being and how much power you have. Once you decide on anything, it's possible. Anything that you decide on and set your mind to, it's possible. Go on Instagram right now, type in before and after, look at transformations, motivate yourself, you know, like pull out some old clothes, put them up on the wall and say, these pants are gonna fit me. Once you start losing weight, get rid of your fat clothes. You know, you want to keep your fat clothes, oh, just in case, you know, but get rid of them, because you don't want to get fat again. You want to notice when those clothes that you were fitting in when you were in a good weight are starting to be tight. You want to, okay, you need to say, okay, you know what? No, I need to take a step back and look at what's going on because my clothes aren't fitting. If you just hang on to those fat clothes and then, you know, you're like, okay, I'll just put these on, and then your skinny clothes, you start to forget about them, and then you start buying new clothes that are bigger, and it's just not. You need to be in the mindset that you are a skinny person, and that's it. It's really that simple. Just think of, what would skinny people do? What would a skinny person do? Would they eat the cookie? Probably not. Would they order a salad or a burger? Probably a salad. You know, is the skinny person gonna say, you know what, I'll just exercise tomorrow, like I just don't feel like it today? Or are they just gonna say, no, I'll just take the dog for a walk, you know, might as well. Or I'll just do a yoga class or a ride class. Exercise classes are great as well because you learn a lot in the exercise classes. I've been doing yoga classes. I think they're incredible. You learn so much about the mind, body, spirit connection, and it's just, it all really ties in. So in conclusion, this is not like a get skinny quick, like I said. It's a lifestyle change, and you know, it may seem difficult at first, and you may just want to eat pizza and burger and pasta, and what you can. You don't have to cut things out forever for the rest of your life, and that's one thing that's really been important to me, is that I don't deprive myself of anything. If I want something, I do have it. I just don't overindulge in something. So, you know, I think coffee was one of the worst habits I had, and I don't drink it every day anymore, and if I do, I have a half cup, you know, and I don't beat myself up when I have a cup of coffee, because I know how many changes and improvements I've made in my life, and my health is in the best it's ever been because of that. And I'm just feeling, I feel and look better than I have in the last 10 years. Yeah, I just feel good about myself and my choices, and I know that I'm setting my body and my future up for success, and I'm not just eating unconsciously and, you know, shoving anything in my mouth anymore. I'm definitely thinking about everything that goes into my mouth, and every time I move my body, and how much this benefits me, and, you know, like what benefits my body's getting, because I know that my body was not doing well on burgers and chips and sweets and pasta and all the things that I still like to this day. It just doesn't serve me. It didn't serve my body. It didn't serve my mental health. It just didn't serve anything. I was I was not in good health. I was fat, I was unhappy, I was insecure, and now I don't really feel that way anymore. Obviously, I still have days where I don't feel great, but for the most part, I'm happy about me and what I've accomplished and the way I look, and it's all thanks to me. It wasn't thanks to anyone else. Well, thank you to everyone on YouTube and Instagram who showed me workout videos, but you know, it was me ultimately who had to make the decision that I wanted to change. And if I didn't make that decision, and every time I messed up and had a burger that I just decided I'm gonna eat 6 more burgers that week, you know, it's unnecessary. Have a burger, move on with your life. Don't guilt yourself, because stress and guilt are worse than anything else. Any food you put in your body, stress is worse. So yeah, just be kind to yourself, love yourself. Do it because you want to care about yourself, and you do care about yourself, and do it to take care of your body, nourish your body, your mind, and your soul. And you know, life will be better, as it is for me. I've manifested incredible things in my life. I moved from Canada to the Caribbean, which is something I've dreamed of my whole life, and you know, I didn't think possible, but I wanted it so badly that I did it, and I'm here now. I've been here for almost 3 years in total, and I love my life here, and I'm happy with my body, and I'm happy with my health, you know. And you have one life to live, and I don't want to be sick and unhappy, and you know, like, it's just not what I want. And I hope that you're doing this for the right reasons, you know, because if not, it can be even more detrimental to your health and just kind of backwards. If you start doing things like starving yourself and skipping meals, yeah, it's just not going to work for you, unfortunately. But thank you so much for watching my video. This is my first ever video, so please like and subscribe. It would literally mean the world to me. I've been so shy to post this video because I just, you know, it was such a transformation that it literally, I feel like people who knew me from when I was in Canada, they don't even know me anymore. I'm a completely different person, and this has pushed my life in such a positive direction that I just feel that I'm capable of anything. Once you see how powerful you are in terms of weight loss, and you see what you can accomplish, and like when you start to build muscle and change your body composition and all these things start happening, you realize how powerful you are and how this life is so incredible. You don't feel powerless, you feel like you're in control. You decide if you want to eat that cupcake, you decide if you want to eat that cookie. It's not because you have to and you have no control. It's because you want a treat. It's not because you need it or you have to. You want it and you don't deprive yourself, but you know when enough is enough. So thank you again for watching this video. Sorry about all the chickens and dogs and birds running wild. There's just nothing I can do. Everyone have a lovely day, and don't forget to manifest your dreams.